Today, I want to briefly impress upon you all the importance of unions because of a case that's just come before the Supreme Court this past February. It's called Janus versus the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, or AFSCME. The lead plaintiff, Mark Janus, and two other Illinois state workers argue that mandatory dues violate their constitutional rights under the First Amendment. We as unions feel this is just another way that the upper 1% is trying to bust unions so they can roll back our benefits and control it all. If this succeeds, what can protect us? All of the benefits and rights you enjoy every day are there because unions fought hard and long for them against big business who did everything they could to prevent giving you these rights. Unions gave us the weekend. Unions helped end child labor. Unions gave us fair wages and relative income equality. Unions won widespread employer-based health coverage. There are many, many others that go on with this. And I'm going to kind of read them off to you, and we have some more placards to hand out. Paid vacation, something that was won by unions. Sick leave. Minimum wage. Civil Rights Act. The 8-hour workday. Overtime pay. OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Act. Workers' compensation. Unemployment insurance. Pensions. Workplace safety standards and regulations. Collective bargaining rights for employees. Wrongful termination laws. The Employer Polygraph Protection Act. Veterans Employment and Training Services. Compensation increases and evaluations are raises that we get. Sexual harassment laws. Americans with Disability Act, prohibiting employer discrimination. Holiday pay. Employer dental life and vision insurance. Privacy rights. Pregnancy and parental leave. Military leave. The right to strike. Public education for children. Equal Pay Acts of 1963 and 2011. This requires employers to pay men and women equally for the same amount of work. Laws ending sweatshops in the United States. Also, UUP has worked really, really hard over the years and pay benefits also for us. In 1973, the right for women to work once they became pregnant. Minimum salaries for full-time employees and a benefits package for part-timers. In 1978, UUP worked hard for. In 82, a statewide employer assistance program. Grants for programs for professional development and study leaves for librarians. In 1986, winning an age discrimination case that ended the forced retirement of tenured faculty at age 70. 1987 was the first on-call rate for returning to work. 1990, domestic partner and daycare coverage. In 2003, a $500 achievement award for employees with continuing or permanent appointments. On-call recall provision that expands the positions eligible for compensation. These union benefits are not entitlements to us. They're benefits that were gained through hard work and determination of unionists, just like you and just like me. Take a look around. All these signs that everybody has here. This was done with a 1% investment by all of you. And along comes the Janus case. And isn't this really in reality the 1%, our 1%, versus the 1%, which is the high income of our United States that don't like unions? If Janus wins, you're going to get a chance to quit the union for a 1% raise. If many of you decide to give up this 1% when you're given the chance, it could leave our union so vulnerable that many of our hard-fought benefits could be overturned, just like the Supreme Court decision will be overturned. I've heard people say, this has happened in other states and they're still okay. You really have to look very, very close at that. Because to that I say, it took 100 years to get to the benefit levels of where we are now. All these things weren't done overnight. They were fought for over the last 100 years. And you may not see it right away. You may not see the results of Janus right away. But the union busters are in this for the long haul. 10 years from now, you guys put your signs down over here. 10 years from now, all those benefits may be gone. 20 years from now, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, this is what we could look like over time. So lift these all back up again. Put them all back up one last time. I don't think this is worth 1% to get rid of all this. I don't think it's worth a 1% raise in our pockets. I hope you don't think so either. I'm committing myself to never quit on the union, and I hope you will too.